Tommy, I suppose, first off, how in the world did this fight come together? I mean, it's completely, seemingly random matchup, and I thought you guys were friends.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the real beef is between Eddie and my dad. You know, that's genuinely what has happened here. I'm only doing this fight because of my dad. So the real beef is between Eddie and my dad, and I'm obviously just stepping up to the plate. Tyson's on a different stratosphere. Basically, Eddie was having a pop between all the Furies. You know, he wanted to fight with a Fury, and he's got one. Tyson's on his own other level doing what he's doing. And I'm the only one who's really on this scene to step in and lace up the boots. So that's why on June 13th we're going to beat the AO in Manchester, and we're going to handle business.
6x2 is interesting. It's kind of, I mean, that's not, I think you did that exhibition in Dubai that was like a similar kind of thing. But I mean, given that and the way that Eddie's kind of like a sort of, I mean, novice would be probably kind to say in boxing, just a completely different game plan than any fight you've had before, I'd imagine.
The game plan is like, I don't know. It's try and stay out of the way of them big mitts of his, to be honest. But no, listen, at the end of the day, I train hard for every single fight. We've got a game plan intact that we're going to work on in training. Don't forget, we've got a little over 8 weeks to go to the fight. But yeah, listen, 6 2-minute rounds. I could probably do that without training, to be honest. But you know, it's boxing. We've got to stick to a game plan. We've got to watch what we're doing, and it's a serious game, especially when you're messing with people this size.
Who's going to be in your corner for this one?
Who's always in my corner for this one? You know, I always said if my dad wasn't in my corner, I won't box anymore. So my dad will be there on the night. We're going to get a good training camp in. We're going to feel nice and sharp, and we're going to handle business like I do. Regardless of my opponent, I turn up and I handle business every single time. I've done it in every fight before, and I intend this fight to be no different.
Last one for me. What's the kind of like preparing for someone like this? I mean, in terms of getting sparring partners in, it's completely impossible. I don't know many 340-pound boxers, you know, that are going around. Like, what is the plan? Is there anyone in particular you'd like to get? I know that like Aspinall and you have trained before. That'd be maybe someone who knows Eddie. But like, what's the plan for training for it?
Oh, I intend to have a whole heap of quality sparring for this fight. I'm going to go to Giants Live, and I'm going to hire everybody out from there and bring them in the gym. So I'll be well conditioned, well prepared for this fight.
Tommy, pro boxing fans, a lot of people asking what are the rules here with the weight disparity. He's saying that he's going to be at least 5 stone heavier than you. Are there any rules, rehydration clauses, weight limits?
Nada. Absolutely nothing. This is a fight, a proper fight. There is no rehydration clause. There is no weight limits, no weight caps. There's no nothing. It's a big man and another smaller big man getting in the ring, and we're gonna have a good fight. At the end of the day, you can't, you know, it's an impossible. It's not WWE. We're gonna get in the ring and we're gonna have a fight. Like, he's gonna hit me and I'm gonna hit him. You know, I'm fully aware of that. Yeah, he's a lot bigger, but I've grown up around heavyweights my entire life. My other brothers are, well, one of them's 7 foot, the other one's 6'6", 6'7", 6'3", all near 20 stone. So does it make that much difference to me? Not really.
A lot of people would say that your best method to win this fight is to box him on the outside, but are you willing to engage with him in a war?
Of course I'm willing to engage. It wants to be a fan-friendly fight, so, you know, no one wants to see me backpedaling all night. I've got a specific game plan in place, and let's just say people that turn up on the night and buy the tickets, they won't be leaving, you know, having seen a stinkfest. I'm going for an all-out war. I want to make it a fight for the ages, and to show that it's not about size in fights, especially boxing.
Who is on your hit list for the next year or so, you know, after this?
Anybody. Not interested. If it makes money, it makes sense. I'm a prize fighter. That's what I do. And that's why we're here. So, anybody. Not interested.
Obviously, the Jake Paul rematch, is that top of the list?
I'm always here for that. Like I say, me and Jake, you know, we've been trying to get this rematch on for a long time now. But it's all about negotiations. That's the toughest part in boxing. I'll leave that to my team, which have a very good one. You know, we've got it over the line once before. I'm sure we'll get it over the line again. It just takes a bit of time. But yeah, I'll definitely step back in there. To be honest with you, I'll fight anybody. Like I said before, if it makes money, it makes sense. You know, we're in the sport of prize fighting. I'm here to provide for my family. And yeah, that's as simple as it gets.
Last one from me. Obviously, your brother's fighting this weekend, and we thought maybe your dad would be on the card. Obviously, he's been going back and forth with Froch, who's saying that he's rejected, I think, 2.5, or he asked for 2.5 million. What's your thoughts on the whole situation?
I haven't got any thoughts, to be honest. I don't know. What can I say about it? It's already not been said. Can't really speak on other people's business, whether it's my dad or not.
Would your dad beat Carl?
Huh?
Would your dad beat Carl?
Let's just say I wouldn't want to be Carl Froch in the way of my dad after recent times.
Eamon Khan with seconds out. Tommy, great to see you. Nikisa Bidarian has said that he wants to come back to the table to have the fight between you and Jake Paul again. There's any conversations, tentative or not, happen between you two?
What happens between me and Jake, his camp and my camp, it's all privately handled at the end of the day. The magnitude of that fight, it has to be. I'm sure his team and my team are going to do the best to get this fight on sooner rather than later. And I'm very confident in that. It's not going to be none other than a Tommy Fury win again, but it's going to be in style this time because I got my hand back, and it's a challenge I'm looking forward to, but I just hope we can get it over the line.
KSI has since departed the crossover boxing scene. Do you think he'll come back? Do you think he'll want to fight you?
He doesn't want to. Yes, but there's no space for birds in this sport. Keeps on flapping around that ring. Maybe if he wants to train to stand and fight, there might be space for him, but other than that, won't fly away like a nice seagull.
Eddie's called you the sacrificial lamb. He seems to want to go up the Fury ladder, starting off with yourself. I just want your thoughts on him saying that.
Listen, at the end of the day, all I can say to Eddie is it's not a weightlifting competition. The aim here is not to lift half a ton off the floor. It's to hit and not get hit. And I've been doing this a long time. I've been sparring quality operators, while Eddie's been lifting weights. It's a completely different sport. And unfortunately, he's going to find that out on June 13th.
You've trained with him before, and I think he took some body shots from you. What sense did you get from when you threw those body shots and it landed on him that he could take them?
I mean, that I could take them?
No, that he could take them.
Oh, well, he's 25 stone. I think that's got a little something to do with it. But listen, at the end of the day, Eddie's a big man. He's as big as his build, isn't he? There's no saying otherwise. But it's not about the size of the man, it's about the size of the heart of the man. And I've just got too much in my locker, I think, to deal with Eddie.
Huge fight coming up this weekend between your brother Tyson Fury and Arslan Bekmambetov. Just your thoughts on that fight?
I think it's going to be a great fight. I think he could have picked a probably easier fight to come back against. He's massive. He's a man mountain. Knockout ratio power. And he's been in there, hasn't he? Been in some big fights before. The thing is, he just needs to stay switched on this Saturday, box how he knows he can box, and he'll get the job done. And I think if he does that, I can't see it going past. I don't see the fight going past 8 or 10 rounds. If he boxes like we know he can, I see Makhmudov getting stopped late on.
John, your dad seems to think that that's not in him anymore, that he shouldn't be in the ring again. What do you think about that? Do you think he's got a point there?
Listen, I think if you asked any one of his family, do we want to see him keep boxing, the answer would have been no, all the way around the board. Because we think about his health. Obviously you guys and fight fans, you love to see him in the ring because he brings that entertainment, but we think of his health and everything like that. So listen, he's decided to keep fighting. It's him, it's Tyson. He's a fighting man, he loves to do so, but I guess time will tell. And yeah, I think he's definitely got it in him, because he wouldn't be in that ring if he knew he didn't.
Also, by the way, how much are you going to weigh for this fight?
How much am I going to weigh?
Yeah.
Oh, it depends how many McDonald's I eat, how many big arch burgers I eat. I don't know. I'm going to weigh, they say if Eddie's going to be 350, I think it may be coming at about 210, 220, something like that.
How comfortable are you at? Obviously, the last one you were obviously above the one in last summer. So how comfortable are you at that weight?
Do you know what? For the rounds and the time of the rounds, I'd be very comfortable. But at the end of the day, my mission here is not to get in a push and shoving match with Eddie. I'm not going to win in a brawl with Eddie. I need to be light, fast, and nimble. Like I say, float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I think that's the perfect thing to sum up this fight.
What do you think about this whole situation? I know that you and Tom Aspinall are friends. What do you think about his whole situation he's got going at the moment, where he seems to be, he's joined up with Eddie Hearn and he's doing his management thing, but also he seems to be kind of at odds with the UFC a little bit. What do you make of that?
Do you know what it is, mate? I would love to give comment on that, but I don't know that much about the UFC to give a comment. I love Tom. I love what he does. I think he's an amazing fighter, a great boxer too. Tom will do the best what is best for his career. I just hope that he gets it all sorted and he go back to doing what he loves.